Eyes on the Prize is the sixth episode of The Critic, first broadcasted on March 2nd, 1994, with a script by Tom Brady. No, not that Tom Brady, but a different Tom Brady. The same Tom Brady who gave us such comedy classics as The Hot Chick, so the comebacks. Well, at least I kind of like the comebacks. Hot Chick, not so much. This is directed by Dan Giep and Brian Sheasley as well. And in this episode, it's the 1000th episode of Coming Attractions. Jay has the show, celebrating it, and supposed to have Meryl Streep, but she cancels, so she talks to Adam West. And he rethinks his career when his 1000th episode bash is basically a dud. So he seeks advice from an image consultant, voiced by Phil Hartman, with the very funny name of Adolf Hitmaker, because why not? I mean, it works, but his advice and all other attempts to recreate his TV image prove unsuccessful. This is a really great, solid episode that's basically just a character study of Jay Sherman. I mean, you basically see him reflecting on how he got to this point where he's at, and yet you still don't know how he got to this point up until this episode, and it's pretty hilarious. I mean, this episode has some of the most memorable jokes and moments in the show's history. I mean, we're talking about Jay short film in college. He shows it to his friends and family. And he basically tells them at the end of it, just like, yeah, I know it stinks.
My darling, I've always loved... Oh, no! Prometheus!
Prometheus. I know. It stinks. It's one of the most ridiculously over-the-top art house movies you'll ever see. And, it's great stuff. And, of course, you have the first of many, 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 many classic Orson Welles jokes, with Orson Welles being played by the great Maurice LaMarche.
Rosebud. Yes, rosebud frozen peas. Full of country goodness and green penis. Wait, that's terrible. I quit. Just a handful for the road. Oh, what luck. There's a French fry stuck in my beard. Oh, yeah.
But by far, the absolute highlight of the episode is Jay's big speech he gives about the state of movies. And to be honest with you, it still holds up 30 years later. I stopped making bad movies, but here's the problem. Most audiences continue to still go see bad movies, and then they get pissy when they make more of them. So it's a double-edged sword. I mean, you basically set yourself up to that. And this speech in particular is one of those reasons why I wanted to become a movie reviewer in the first place. Because there are so many bad movies that get a free pass because, hey, somebody's got to like them. But that's the reason why I don't give these movies, these really terrible, terrible movies, like some of the worst movies I've ever seen. Like, I don't give movies like Lucy, or Transcendence, or Action Point, or Sharknado, or Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, or The Flash, or A Wrinkle in Time, Nutcracker in the Four Realms. Like, I don't give those movies a pass. Like, I'm honest with you people, they're all horrible movies, and they need to be on a list of the worst movies of the year. Like, this year in particular, I'm starting to notice that there's been this backlash on people that are just like, well, you can't do worst movies of the year anymore because there's an audience out there for these movies. And you know what? No. They made the bad movie. It's time to, you dug your own grave, and now it's time to lie in it. I mean, that's pretty much, like, I'm going off rant here a little bit, but I'll save that for when we do my worst of the year list of this year's movies. But the point I'm trying to make here is this. This is why I get upset that Disney spends over $100 million each year on movies and TV shows that are obviously going to fail. Like, these are things like, you don't spend, like, I just talked about it with Secret Invasion not too long ago. It's just like, you don't spend $200 million on a show like Secret Invasion unless you're putting a ton of money into it. And as you could tell, when you have a show that has an AI opening, which was pretty much the death warrant on that one, but it's basically why I don't get too excited for sequels and remakes anymore, because 9 times out of 10, most of them do not live up to the hype. Like, every once in a while you'll get that one that actually is worth something, but it's very rarely anything as good as what we got in the original case. And this speech in particular just still holds up to me after so many years, and it's just like, it's a simple message. Stop going to these bad movies and they'll stop making them plain and simple. And at least that's what it should be, but unfortunately that there is still an audience out there for some of these people. But But I digress. I mean, it's just a speech that I always go back to. It's always the one I always think to myself, why do I keep doing this? And then I put this on, it's just like, okay, that's the reason why I keep doing this. And I mean, it's just one of the many reasons why this episode is such a classic episode. A ton of great laughs, great animation, great social commentary on the movies that still holds up to this very day. This is one of the definitive episodes of The Critic. This is one of the best episodes, easily top 5, maybe even higher than that. I can't recommend this one enough. This is definitely one of those episodes you have to watch if you're getting into this show, because this will make you love this show. And it's just incredible. It really is one of the best episodes the show has ever done, hands down. The Eyes on the Prize. Can't recommend this one enough.
Excuse me, sir. The show's over.
Get away, zitface.